All right, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the hell? This is not the normal start to an ADK Voice podcast. They don't just go right into talking. That's because today isn't a normal ADK Voice podcast. But I'm not going to tell you that. Me who recorded something about a half hour ago is going to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that the transitions are kind of rough. You don't know what I'm talking about yet, but when I explain it, then it'll make more sense. But yeah, here's your regular start to the ADK Voice podcast. Ready, go. Hey guys, listen. It's just you and me. No Craig, no Pierre, no Joe, no Connors, no Ricky, no Biagio, just Tim. Alright? And you and me, we're going to have a little sit down. We're going to listen to all the best things that have ever happened on the ADK Voice, episodes 1 through 3. Mostly because I made a full hour of best of with just 3 episodes. So it looks like I'm going to have to make a couple more. It took so long. Oh my god, I don't feel good. I'm sick. I'm all alone. Alright, anyways. We're going to kick off this best of with our first topic of our first episode, which was Stewart Chops. So I hope you guys enjoy. Maybe I'll sprinkle in a little music here and there. Make everything sound nice and purty for you. Alright. Well, see you at the end. Bye.
So let's kick it off now to our big weekly topic. And this one hits home for all of us.
Oh,
because
yeah.
this is a strictly, Northeast United States, upstate New York specialty Stewart Chops.
It's hard to explain to
It really
people
is.
who aren't from around here.
Now, I know people that have gone to college and they say, oh, I love going gassing up my car at Stewart's and then going and getting a bite to eat and a scoop of ice cream. And they look at you like, God damn,
you're a monster.
you might die.
Exactly. They're thinking about their 7-Elevens and stuff like that. But this is
Yeah, you go to a 7-Eleven and you get ice cream. Like, it's not 7-Eleven ice cream. It's Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah,
it's Haagen-Dazs.
It's
whatever.
a SpongeBob ice pop
It
that
is.
looks
It's
like
exactly
a
what
fucking
it is.
monster.
Stewart's
what it
makes
is.
their own ice cream, and I'll tell you what,
It's phenomenal.
fantastic.
hard ice cream. Let that
Hard
be.
ice cream, that is
Yeah,
true.
not
Good call,
soft
Craig.
serve. Not soft serve.
So, I mean, Stewart's is a convenience store type thing that says it has gas. You make your own. We're not recording, are we?
No, we are.
Okay. My God, Tim, don't give me that face.
We've only been recording for 4 minutes.
That's fine. We can roll with it, baby.
I think we're rolling.
Anyway, so Stewart's is a convenience store. For most of you that are going to be our first-time listeners know this, because I really don't think this is going to blow up right out of the gate, but you never know.
It might. If you're in California right now listening to this, it's an ice cream shop mixed with a convenience store mixed with a gas station.
Mixed with a restaurant.
It also sells all right food in a pinch.
Insert slam poetry snaps.
No, we're not there yet.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally added them. Tim, take those out in post.
So, one thing cool about Stewart's is you can literally fill up your car with gas or diesel if you're a big boy. Go inside, you can get anything from vanilla to peanut butter-based ice creams to raspberry-based ice creams. You can just go in there, have a great time. You can enjoy a deli dog by Stewart's, which is literally just a hot dog, but they like to be fancy with it. I personally like to call them. Never mind. I'm not going to go into it.
Dry
I once
wieners,
watched
yeah.
Tim eat several of these things.
That's
and,
true. Tim is an animal.
he did pay
when it
for
comes
it.
to Stewart's.
I also don't even like hot dogs that much.
And we're actually
paid for it
forgetting
dearly.
about Stewart's biggest thing is that,
They like to work people like
Well,
dogs.
well, we're not going to get into that.
I'm
is
sure that's
Stewart's
nice working there.
dairy is they bottle their own milk. They do everything themselves, and they have the best dairy in the Northeast that's been voted. And Stewart's coffee is literally a 7-Eleven, a Price Chopper.
Oh, it's a staple.
It's a staple. The
Mm.
coffee is a Dunkin' Donuts. It's everything rolled into one. and
Tears
it's-
me up something awful.
It might not sit well with Craig, but it's a third of the price of
It's like-
Starbucks. You make it yourself, so if you
Self-serve,
complain
yeah.
that it's not right, it's on you. It is not the person behind the counter's
All right,
fault that you put too much
you-
sugar in it.
You're starting to get into
Damn
a
it, it's not.
It's
It's totally their fault.
yeah. I mean, I come from a coffee background, that's it.
fair.
That's
fair.
it. I just wanted to say this. Stewart's Coffee has kept me going through these morning shifts like nothing else. Like, it's a staple for the blue collar community. You get up, you go to your hard
Tim's starting
job.
to get emotional about his coffee.
I always mess
Fight
it
the
up too. And
tears,
I
buddy,
can't be
fight
There's
the
mad.
nothing like
tears.
the Fulton County specialty. A large Stewart's coffee, a pack of Marbs, and $40 worth of scratch-offs.
Oh yeah. And if you're feeling froggy, some dip.
So,
Good dip to start the day.
Kodiak,
You put it in your coffee.
Copenhagen.
Cope, the Grizzly Mint, Grizzly Long Cut, Wintergreen, they literally got it all, ladies and gentlemen. They got
Yeah.
Red Man, everything. They got cigars, they got wraps, they've got way too much stuff.
Let's just talk about.
They got pizza, they got YouTube.
Let's just go around the room real quick. What's your favorite thing about Stewart's, Craig? We'll start with you. Alphabetical.
Well, I would say, I don't know, the favorite thing, me being an ice cream lover, I do enjoy their ice cream.
Yep.
Very good. Personally, my favorite is a new flavor that they have. And if they ever get rid of it, I might die a little bit. It's called Cookie Chino, Oreo, and a cappuccino
Yep.
mix.
And if they ever got rid of that velvet rope, you and a
It's
rafter.
essentially cookies and cream ice cream with a cappuccino swirl ice cream.
It's
think of
delicious.
Cookies and cream ice cream with like a coffee twist in it. It's good.
You know what I love?
Let's hear it, Tim.
I love getting malt shakes. And I'm not
See,
saying
that's not a common thing. It's common with the old folk at Stewart's.
I know, and I got
Tim's
old
an old
bones.
soul.
I got old bones.
Tim's got old bones. That's true. They're very weak.
Yeah. I need the malt to keep my bones up.
Fun fact for
I
you.
also weigh
Our
a
friend
lot.
Henry is so allergic to milk that when they make a malt milkshake there, he has to go outside for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Henry.
Hey Henry, how you doing? Yeah. Well, let's hear your favorite thing about it. Let's kick it back to 2013 though. What was your
2013,
favorite thing back then about Stewart's
literally
shop?
the convenience of
It's their milk.
taking the old lady
Yeah.
out. It's like, oh, I got to get gas, but she wants ice cream and she also wants a burger.
Stewart's shop could be a date. It's a date site.
Sadly, Stewart Shop has become the #1 date site for everyone in Fulton County.
Yeah.
Whether
Dior,
Whether it's
brought
the
all
old
in
men
one.
talking politics in the morning or the old men talking politics in the evening in the booth.
or
Or the old man talking politics at night.
or the young kid. Yeah, at night. Yeah, 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Gotta
early
get
bird
home for
special.
And
supper.
then after those beautiful old people leave the Stewart's booths, I'm sure it's flooded with teenage kids getting ice cream.
It really is. And, the Stewart Shop close to us is right
Teenage
in the village.
kids, adults,
So there's just
20-year-olds.
kids everywhere. You can go anywhere, and very
30-year-olds
rarely do you
with
ever walk
kids.
into a Stewart's and there's just no one in the Stewart's.
You know what's great about Stewart's though? You're never skeeved out when you go in there. I mean, maybe after someone blows up the shitter, but
maybe not,
then
maybe
you
not
might be
these
like, I don't want to
stores,
be here.
but the stores
Oh,
in like
some of
Albany, Schenectady, they can get a little rough.
Yeah, but they still got good ice cream though, right?
They do have good ice cream,
Yeah.
so
Damn,
you got to take
not a
that, man,
sponsor.
I might get
Stewart's shop,
mugged with the-
please.
But that milkshake is worth it though.
Yeah, especially if you get some peanut butter in that thing.
Fun fact
Speaking
for you-
of peanut butter,
fun
Craig.
fact for you, your boy here is
Yeah,
allergic
Craig, it
to
probably should have
peanuts.
started with, my name's Craig, and I am definitely allergic to peanuts. That probably should have been the starter.
my
Well, I'm
name's
pissed
Tim,
about
and
this
I've
whole
been
pencil
lied
to
to.
pen situation. Let's just talk about that really quick.
All right,
We're
you want
past-
to talk
We're
about it?
past it, Craig. If you wanted to talk about it, you should
Fine,
have said,
fine.
let's talk about it. But
Fine.
we're past it, man.
Yeah, we're talking
We're on
about Stewart's
Stewart.
ice cream.
Fine.
Anyway, my favorite thing,
It's not on the plan to talk
It-
about
it-
pencils.
it might be the ice cream or just the convenience of I got to get gas, I got to get a couple things here and there, some tampons. And
Yeah,
I can get a large
tampons,
shake to go.
Condoms.
You can get they're expensive, but you can get them.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I wouldn't trust them.
Well, I mean, they're Trojan.
Not that I'd
Magnum.
use them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim, cut that.
Tim, don't cut that.
Tim, please, for the
Um,
love of God, cut that out.
So, I mean, Tim, what's your favorite thing about Stewart's?
My favorite thing, honestly, it's like a real good buddy who works there, and I go there and I see him and I hang out and chill, and it's a great place to just hang out and chill with your buddy who works there. Yeah, I said the same thing forwards and backwards. I'm not great at this podcasting, guys.
Hey, man,
I'm over it.
It's all about
All
developing
right, I'm
the thought.
turning it up.
Don't worry, man. It's all about developing the flow.
Why are you so good at this?
Dude.
Pierre's like,
I did high
I
school drama. I was an actor for a year.
Next.
very far.
But who's to say that the land isn't New York State?
I've been in New York State 22 years. I haven't been to a lake of butter besides like what they throw on at Dunkin' Donuts. It's the closest thing to a lake of butter I've ever been to.
Now, Craig, can you confirm or deny that?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Man, you are just split right down the middle, baby.
Yeah, you're really.
Craig, you really know how to play both sides.
You're really.
How to sleep on a
Take
fence.
a
Switzerland,
take a
man.
stand, man.
Switzerland.
Take a
True.
stand.
How to sleep on a fence is put the pole in your mouth.
Out of way, Craig. We're on.
All right, so Tim, what else we got on the list for us today to talk about?
Well, boys, you know what time it is? It's game time. We are playing a game called Say a Name Game.
Say a name game.
We got
Boom.
2 each, and we're all going to say one person's name who we think would be most likely to do the thing we say.
For example, if I say
No, don't.
no, just an example, so that they
example?
can get it.
That's not yours?
No, it's not mine.
Okay,
so
good.
say most likely to wet the bed until they were 18 years old. Now the three of
Craig,
us
yeah.
would pick. I would say Craig too.
I would
who
say
you?
Tim.
The three of us are gonna pick someone.
Oh, it's because I've been through trauma, man. Stop.
The three of us are gonna pick the one person in the group that we all think is most likely that.
Yeah.
And if we split it, we split it. But if it's 2-1 or 3-all, like maybe you think it's you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be true. It's most likely.
Oh, yeah. If you think it's you, say it's you.
So Tim, why don't you kick us off? What's your first one?
All right, guys. Which one of us is most likely to rob a bank?
Tim.
Tim.
Definitely Tim.
All right, Craig, what you got for your first one?
Now, follow me here on
For
this one.
fun,
Most likely to join a book club.
Tim.
Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm going to say Tim, just because he's a little bit more on
Pretentious? Is that what you're going for?
I
I know you like to split
Little bit
things.
more
You don't like
hipster.
a little more hipster?
Joke's on you. I can't read.
So what you're saying
ever-
is Tim
you-
belongs in Portland.
Have you heard podcast episode .5?
I'm just saying he wouldn't.
I
he
can't
would
read.
not. He wouldn't not fit in.
Yeah, all right. So I'll give you mine quick. Most likely to get the next speeding ticket.
You.
Pierre.
You, definitely you.
Well,
Pierre.
let's say a name. So
Pierre.
So you isn't a person.
Okay,
Yeah, Craig.
Pierre.
You's not a
We have
person.
little Asian man here.
Yeah.
You, ciao.
All right, so Tim, well, let's hear your next one.
My next one.
Yeah.
Most likely to eat ass.
Craig.
Craig. Most likely to be forced to eat ass. Craig.
I would like to say
Baby,
no.
I'm sitting on your face whether you like it or not.
35-year-old woman
Okay.
comes up to Craig.
Oof.
Hey, all the kids are eating ass. Okay, I'll eat ass. That's what I was thinking. All right, Craig, on to you.
Wait, Craig, who was yours?
Yeah.
I said I wish I could deny, but
Oh, Craig.
There-
There you go.
A
Hard
man of
confirmed.
I feel as though
Hard
if
Man
I was
confirm.
I feel as though if I was forced to do it, I would have no other option. But regardless, here we go.
Pink eye, baby.
Hey.
Most likely to have a pet llama and/or alpaca.
Well, this
Fuck,
one
that's me,
seems.
baby. Pierre.
I was gonna say Tim.
This is actually a split decision for me.
Oh, of course it is.
Tim, if it came down between me having those as pets or literally murdering you, I would go to jail for murdering you and take care of those pets in jail.
Well, I'm the one who actually
Fun
had
fact
the
for
idea
you
to have an
listeners who
alpaca
don't know
farm.
Pierre very well. He almost did come home with a pet. What was it, an alpaca one day?
Alpaca.
A couple of them, really.
Chicken.
I don't know what it is. Alpacas, emus, ostriches, giraffes, anything that my mom would just throw an absolute fit about me having, just draws me to it.
Hey, Mom.
How
I
about a
brought
goat?
home this emu. Okay.
Hey, Mayor, I hope you don't mind, but Bethel is gonna crash in your room for a little bit. Who's Bethel, you ask? Oh, it's the sloth.
Hey, Mom.
Shady guy approached me. I
Can
wasn't
you-
gonna say no.
Can you believe that I found this whole tree of sloths? Yeah. I still think it was me. For a little bit, I wanted to start an alpaca farm and quit my job. So.
All right. So I'll give you my next
sorry,
one,
Target.
and I think this is the final one, unless
Yeah,
we got
this-
any more off the top of our heads.
No, I don't
But,
have any off the top of my head. I did want to go back to something though.
All right, we'll go back to it. So most likely to
don't
get a
remember.
DWI, I think Craig.
Yeah.
What?
I think there's
Craig.
a chance
Th-
if Craig's life
well,
spiraled
Craig,
fast.
Craig,
Craig, if your life
You're
you don't
lit-
have one and it's not going to happen, but most likely I don't
Never.
drink.
You're-
So there is a chance it could
He
be
doesn't
me.
drink. I
Never.
drink
If-
rarely.
That's like one of the biggest things I'm paranoid
Yeah,
about.
but if your life
You
is,
drink
you lose
more.
your job, your parents
You're
kick
more
you
likely
out,
to accidentally
and
get
then
a
you're
DUI.
just spiraling, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just go for drown my sorrows in a bottle of Jack.
Well, what's
And
worse,
it's
a
like, you know what?
DWI or robbing a bank? I mean, my God.
DWI. That means
Definitely,
that means you're a
probably.
garbage person. You could rob a bank because you could rob a
With
bank
good
because you're like,
intentions,
oh, I need to.
Right, but I mean,
But-
you don't got to take to offense to it. I mean, there's
Yeah,
a good chance
Craig.
it could be me because I don't drink. I probably have such a low tolerance that
Craig-
you guys get drink, and I literally just get drunk from you drinking.
I
So you still have to say a name. What do you think?
no one. You-
No,
No,
Craig,
you
that's
have
not
to.
how
That's
the game
the
works.
game.
We're not going to be upset like
The
how
game
upset
it-
you're getting very
Tim,
flustered.
Tim.
Tim, all right, then there
Pierre
you go.
literally doesn't drink. Tim's the only other one that drinks.
I'm fucking offended. You should have said yourself.
Tim, stop being such a millennial. Move past it. All right, so you said you wanted to come back to something. Let's hear it.
You know what? We're
What?
not coming back to anything because I forgot what I wanted to come back to.
All right, all right.
Let's run through our list again. I don't want to be a bank robber.
I fear getting a DWI.
right.
Let me make that
But
clear.
you're fine with eating ass. Can confirm, hard confirm.
Hard
I
confirmed.
didn't say I'm fine with it. Like I
Craig is an
encourage
ass
it.
eater
I'm just-
over a drunk driver, baby. He is a clean puppy.
well, I mean,
You know
I guess
what?
if you have to like own up to something, I don't
All
know.
right.
That
Craig,
hey,
let
good
me
for you,
put-
man. I would
no,
rather you be an
I've-
ass eater than a drunk driver.
I remember what I was
Thank
going to come
you.
back
An ass
to.
eater ain't gonna kill kids.
You know what? I think Craig is
Just gonna
more likely to accidentally get a DUI too.
Oh yeah.
Like go to sleep in his front seat. Not even his front seat, just sleep in his car with the keys in ignition.
yeah.
Cop knocks on the window, it's like boom, DUI.
Yeah.
DWI. whatever
Something
one.
stupid like that would happen to Craig.
Yeah, that's
Like,
bad luck. Craig
literally,
right there.
I'm DDing, driving them home. I get out in the field to take a piss.
Craig
Craig
climbs
is-
in the front seat.
No,
and
Craig's
gets pulled
drunk.
over.
And he's asleep and just like slouches over to the driver's side and his head's touching the driver's seat.
He just
So
puts
Craig-
his foot in the seat.
Yeah.
It's just like, well,
Craig gets locked up.
you're
for
going
it.
to jail, buddy.
Or taking the 79 out whenever that thing gets going again. It's just a bench seat, so technically everyone's in the
Bench
driver's
seat.
seat.
You might be passenger, but you're driving, baby.
Yeah, see how your seat touches
Where
that
did that
seat?
seat ever go?
Oh, it's somewhere. Let's not worry about that right now.
It's gone.
So
Mice ate
I
it.
don't know
Vanished.
if I got a single vote. I got a half vote from Craig. From
No,
what?
you were one
Oh
of
no, I
ours.
did win one because I voted myself for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anyone upset?
I'm
Was-
not upset.
I mean, it seems like one of us
I
is
mean, but-
upset.
I mean, you have to.
just-
Crossing his
But
arms.
Craig, you have
throwing
to
a
remember.
fit.
I'm not upset. I'm
Are you hurt?
I'm just putting
No.
you on
Are
blast.
you
Craig.
disappointed? Are you
Yeah.
gonna do the dad on
You
us?
disappointed in yourself? Because we are too.
Craig, I doubt it. I seriously, I doubt I would be willing to bet a lot of money that it would never happen.
Oh yeah.
But
None
out
of us
all
would
of
ever
us,
get a DUI.
I would put money that it would happen to you.
Honestly, you drink more than all of us, so
Yeah,
you're just
you-
more likely to be around a car.
fair enough. Fair enough.
That
fair
that
enough.
is a great argument, Tim.
Like
Fair
I
enough.
drink twice a year with you.
yeah, and it's usually
Pierre
on my
drank
birthday.
one beer this
They all
year.
get drunk for me on my birthday, which is in a couple weeks. So,
Can you imagine when his wedding is happening?
Oh,
I'm gonna stay
Ladies and
completely
gentlemen,
sober.
my wedding
Congratulations.
might end up being a dry wedding after this podcast.
Craig, just
Next.
Fixed
And
it for
gentlemen.
him, and then we all have top of the line bows now.
Tim, cut that.
and then and then Tim decided to get into
Tim,
it.
cut the white guy laugh.
that
Tim,
was the
please.
fakest laugh I've ever heard.
Well, I was actually gonna laugh, and then I was trying to talk, so I was like, "Oh no, I'm halfway through it, so I gotta push something out."
Don't look like an idiot. Laugh. Just laugh normal. All right, let me keep talking.
So,
All right, so your dad got you
Tim, cut all this up into
right.
literally till Pierre's
Ready?
white guy laugh.
Ready?
The rest of it can be cut
I'm leaving
after
it in.
that.
No, it's leaving
we're
it in.
leaving it in, baby.
I'm gonna cut out every time I was mean though. Wow, Tim's a real great guy, real quiet spoken, hasn't said a word. Greg, you're stupid.
Tim, do not cut that.
I'm gonna
All right, so
I'm
anyway,
gonna clip that.
so then
It's
we
a
got-
sound bite.
So then, yeah, whenever we say a really bad joke, we'll just play that instead of crickets.
Ha ha ha. All right, you were on a roll. Let's
I was on a roll.
let's get back to
Craig
this.
made me laugh, but I wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah. So
All right,
you've
so
been
I
doing
got
archery
Craig
the
into it.
longest.
And then we got Tim into it. we all have really nice compound bows. We all have recurves and takedowns. You know, we all just like to shoot. We got crossbows. It's a fun pastime to do. You can hunt. You can fish with them.
Next.
Well, I'll tell you guys something. I used to have this one recurring dream. This isn't spooky, real life spooky. What we can get to real life spooky. But I used to have this dream that every time, like, it would reoccur every like 3 or 4 years, where like I'd be with a group of people and we'd all be like at the Sacandaga Lake, like strangely enough, and we'd be like, let's swim across the lake, like to go to that sand island over there, and like I'd be like running on a deck, and I'd slip, hit my ribs on the corner of the deck, and like fall into the water, and literally just sit there and drown while people like watch me drown. I'm like, this is fucking horrible.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And I used to have this other recurring dream about like when I lived in Corinth. My older sister's room was really close to mine, and like I'd have this dream where I'd see this like ghost thing, and I'd like look at it, and then I'd like get close to it, and it would fly out of the fucking room and go down under my older sister's bedroom when we lived in Corinth. That shit used to freak me the fuck out. And yeah,
you're starting to get a really like.
I'm getting
passionate-
scared.
Yeah,
like,
You're
seriously.
getting flustered, Tim.
Don't worry,
that-
the lights are
that's-
on here, man.
Yeah, what else fucking spooks me out? Obviously, both of you
Heights.
guys know about heights, claymation.
Oh,
Fuck claymation. I finally just got over that fear like 2 years ago. Like, I cannot fucking do it. But
Tim's
You
weakness
know, that's
is
all, like,
shellfish.
that's all fucking mental spookiness. Like, I want to hear something from you guys. Like,
Jump scares. Well, I have a couple of jump scares and stuff like that. Quick story. Me and Tim were actually at this party. We went to Ricky Wallace's house for his birthday party. And Tim got us all talking about Slender Man. And it was, we were all like 15, 16 years old. And then freaked out and we all went to bed. To which Joe Diaz decided he was going to scare us through the side of the tent. And he put his face in the tent and screamed and scared us. So I threw a full can of orange soda and I hit him in the nose.
I remember that night, but I don't remember sleeping. I think I got the most sleep
No,
of like
you
20
also
minutes.
went to sleep, and then someone said your name, and you woke up, but you were like sleepwalking. You leaned up, looked at us, opened your eyes, closed your eyes, and laid back down and fell back asleep.
Yeah, I felt like this topic would turn into every time Tim's fucking scared us from being a fucking sleepwalker.
Or a demon.
Yeah,
I mean,
demon.
Pierre, what
Let's
was
talk
that
about
story?
the Ouija board.
No, what was that story about Tim? Like you thought he was possessed when you and him were living.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the,
Oh
in
my
the
God.
dorm room or apartment.
So I
rather?
forgot what we were doing in the apartment, and we were like talking about creepy stories. Oh no, I was just sitting in bed. Evan and Raph were playing PlayStation like they always do, and Tim was asleep. And then Tim just gets up and walks downstairs, and I was like, "Yo, Tim, where you going? What's up?" And he just kept going all the way downstairs. So I was like, "Okay, something's not right." So I went and got Evan and Raph, and I was like, "Hey, just come here." So I grabbed a metal baseball bat because I don't F with ghosts. And
But Tim's not a ghost. He's very much alive.
we go downstairs, and Tim is just ravaging the fridge,
Schmiegel.
just looking for anything. And we were like, "Tim," we were all at the bottom of the stairs, and we were like, Tim. And then I poke him with the metal bat, which was cold, and he just snaps his head around and goes, "What the fuck do you want?" And I was like, and we all ran back upstairs, and then Tim comes upstairs, puts his head down on the banister of the stairs, and sleeps there. So we poke him with the bat again, and he goes, "Dude, what do you want?" And we're like, "Tim, what is going on with you?" And he was like, "I'm sleeping. What does it look like?" So that night, I barricaded Tim in his own bed with a couch, everything that he owned. And if he got up one more time, I swear to God, I was going to kill him.
See, I remember that. Like, I remember the coldness of a bat. Like, that's literally like all I remember from that night. Like, I think I woke up at some point.
Well,
Like,
Tim,
what the
one
fuck
more.
was
you were
that?
gonna
That's
feel-
what you
me.
choose to remember.
Yeah.
One more thing, you were going to feel the coldness of
Yeah,
that bat
you
up the
choose
side
Like,
of your
because that's
head.
like, because I remember like having my head on the banister and then feeling like a cold bat on my like arm area. I don't know. And that like kind of woke me up and I went back to bed.
That was interesting. There was one time in high school before indoor track meet, we were playing, just doing stupid things, Ouija board.
with a Ouija board
And then-
made out of a pizza box.
Yeah, Tim's ear just started pouring blood out of it. We're like 40% sure Tim was
Do you remember
possessed.
the time that you, me, and Andre went over to? Shout out to Andre, by the way. That we went over across the street to that house.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely. See, I've had more than one creepy encounter over there. I've had one with you and Andre.
well, why don't you let me tell the story, Bod?
Luigi, Devin, Renda.
So here we are, in the middle of this house. Pierre says the house across the street is haunted. No, it's not, Pierre. Blah, 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 blah.
All my siblings believe me. My parents don't. Just a little backstory.
So Andre, Pierre, and myself, we all go over to this house, and we're upstairs. We're looking through like a couple of things. Not taking anything, just looking around, see what's over there. And next thing I know, Pierce picks up something and shows me. He goes, "Craig, take a look at this." And as soon as he said that, the room that all three of us were in, the door slammed shut. And I mean, it didn't like slam shut like the breeze blew it shut or anything. I mean, it like shook the whole house.
Fuck.
Yeah. So like, okay, yeah, we need to get out of here. And as soon as we started moving towards the door, a cup, like a coffee cup, like a mug, flew across the room, and that was it. We sprinted out the door. I've been back there once or no, twice.
Maybe a few times, but I mean, I've had way too many encounters in that house. Me and my cousin were over there grabbing something for my mom.
And this is the house right across the
Right
street
across,
from your house.
and
I thought the ghost was gonna follow
and
me.
what the best part was? My childhood bedroom, when I slept in bed, like I would look
Next
out
to
the
your
window
parents.
and all I could see was the house.
You know
that
what?
doesn't give me nightmares. I don't know what
Nothing
will.
But me and my cousin were over there grabbing something for my mom, and the upstairs, it's like every room is connected to each other, so it's just a big circle essentially. And we walked through one room and we walked back out, like back into the room, and there was a child's rocking chair, and it was just rocking as if someone was in it. So I looked at him, he looked at me, and I ran as fast as I could, and I don't care if he died. I left him there. I don't care what it...
Jesus.
I will leave anyone anywhere when it comes to ghosts.
Can we just talk about quick? Every time we go into that house, like Pierre has a strategy. Like he's
I'm
like
never first, never last.
Two people in front of me, at least one person behind me.
Yeah,
and
he's like sandwiched in there.
Like he's like
I will
everyone
jump through a
single
window
file,
to get out
don't
of that
break
house.
up.
Me and my cousin were just, went over there to see if we could find the ghost. We took pictures and everything. Because, like, you hear if you ghosts come up in pictures. And, like, we were looking at through some of them on our phones. And, like, off one of the rocking chairs, you could see someone's leg. Like,
Yeah.
going down the chair. Or not a rocking chair, just like a couch. You could see the leg going, like, down the couch and then onto the ground.
Really? I never do that.
Oh, terrifying. What else has happened over there?
Don't you have a wait?
What does your mom or your dad have to say about these pictures, or haven't they seen them?
Oh, they just call me a coward.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, one time my whole family, we had to go over there for something. It might have been when the owner passed away. We had to get something for her family for the funeral, and it was the middle of winter. And we were walking back, and someone hit me with a snowball. So I was like, "Oh, ha ha, Dad, funny joke." And I'm like, we get back over to the house, and my dad had already been in our house by the time I left the house. So either there was someone there robbing the house, and they really just wanted to get under, mess with me and throw a snowball at me and hit me in the back because I was the last person to walk out.
Hmm.
So is that why you're never the last person to walk out?
Never
now?
the
wanna
first
catch a
in, never the last out.
I do want to bring up another thing because I vaguely remember you saying your sister's old house used to be haunted. I do remember you had a great story about that.
I do not like talking about this story. Well, it makes my skin crawl. It makes my sister cry whenever we talk about it. So pretty much...
Avert your ears, Malucci.
Yeah. We don't know what it was, but she moved into this like a house she was renting, and just weird stuff started happening. My aunt was living with her, and like my aunt would say, "Oh, I was, where have you been? I was talking to you through the wall." And my sister would be like, "Oh," because their rooms are connected by a doorway, but like they never use the door.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, "I haven't been home for 2 hours," and she was like, "What are you talking about? We had a full conversation through the wall."
Nope.
And, no.
I'm out.
And then one time, and it's weird because this ghost, whatever, was following them around because they saw it in Virginia. They saw it at my brother-in-law's parents' house. And one time my other sister and my brother-in-law were talking because I had friends over one night and we went into my sister Lindsay's room to grab something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me that went in the room. And the next morning she was like, "Why the hell was Tim in my room?" And I was like, "Tim was downstairs." Tim didn't go in your room. And she's like, "Well, someone was in my room." And she's like, "Well, now that I think about it, it was a girl." So then my sister Lindsay
Just
and my
'cause I have
brother-in-law
feminine
Luke
hips.
have never talked about the situation before, but then they were describing the same girl back and forth. Like Lindsay was like, "Oh, she had brown hair," and Luke was like, "Oh my god, yeah, she was wearing like a purple shirt," and Lindsay was like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Fuck.
So then like
No,
all of
I'm
us,
out.
all of us were just
I'm out.
freaking out. Like,
I'm out.
I can't handle this stuff. Like I was on the verge of tears.
Yeah.
And then, like, my cousin Ashley was living there too, and like, she was just all this stuff happened. Like, whenever you slept there, you just felt like something was watching you.
Just dread.
It was just
Was it?
stressful, and like, my
Yeah,
sister.
I mean, your brother-in-law said that like when he would stay the night over there or something like that, he felt like someone was like 2
Yes.
inches from his face.
Yeah, they've walked in the house before, and the basement door would just shut.
Yeah.
It would open and shut, and like they went down there to like figure stuff out, and they found a false wall in the basement.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and
Oh no.
so like
Oh, no.
another time, my brother-in-law went
can
there.
I-
it was
can I
before they were
interrupt you real
married.
quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now what do you guys think about that? Like, do you actually like,
I'll be
Believe
honest,
ghosts
I'd rather
are
not
real?
think about it.
like, yeah, like,
Paranormal
what do
activity exists.
you think that's
Yes.
actually a thing?
I do.
Yes.
I mean, I have way too much proof, and
Yeah.
There's just way too many stories for all of them to be
Like,
Yeah.
just in our
coincidences.
brains.
Yeah, right, right.
I mean, especially like my sister and my brother-in-law just explaining the same person without ever talking about it. But like one time, this was before my sister was married to my brother-in-law. He went over there. And my sister was tired, so she went to bed. And he was watching a movie, and my cousin was there, so he finished the movie. And then he went into her room to say goodnight and bye.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he walked in, and there was a guy laying in the bed with her. And he was like, "Holy fuck, this is like her ex-boyfriend or someone broke
Yeah.
in or whatever. I'm gonna kill him." And then like he walked in. So then he was gonna leave, just like so mad he was gonna
Just
leave. And then
pissed.
he went back because he was like, "Okay, that doesn't add up. How did he get in the room?"
Yeah, without
And he
him
went
knowing.
back, and there was nothing there. And he woke my sister up, and was like, "Who was that? You know, this and that." And like they kept saying they kept seeing a guy and a girl.
Like, like different times,
Yeah,
separate
they would see a
occasions,
guy and a
like
girl,
same.
like,
Yeah,
She-
didn't he say like one time he came in there and there was a guy smoking a cigarette or something like that and like almost like a plaid like shirt?
Yeah, something like that. I know one time, like, it was weird. I remember seeing, I was there, they had a hot tub room in the back. It was like an entryway kind of thing that had a hot tub in it.
Yeah.
And I saw a girl in there, and I just thought it was my cousin Ashley, so I didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, she wasn't facing me, she was like facing out the window. So I was like, oh, you know, there's Ashley, I gotta go, so whatever, I left. And then, like, talking about it, like, I don't know how much later, to find out, like, she wasn't there at all. And it's just like,
I mean,
I don't
ghosts
like-
love hot tubs too. You know, like you've been dead for centuries. You want to fucking chill out in a hot tub.
exactly.
Throw
But
the
it-
jets on. Get
like-
the knot out of your back that's been there for
I mean,
120 years.
When my sister and I, shout out to Lauren by the way.
Hi, Lauren. I'm
when-
waving. I'm waving at the mic.
He is.
He actually is. So when we were younger, we used to like I think it was Discovery Channel, used to have like this episode like hauntings or something or
Yeah,
haunting.
yeah.
I used to love that show. Actually,
Oh my
Could
god!
not watch it.
Yeah, my sister and I, we were
Chill my
watching it.
bones.
I think it was like over the summer. You know, we're on summer vacation or whatever. My parents were at work and we're watching this. We literally couldn't walk into the other room without some sort of like weaponry, without being like spooked out.
Oh, yeah.
Like it got us like so freaking amped up. It wasn't even funny.
And it's like, it's not just me or like the neighbor's house or my sister's house. My uncle, before he bought the house, the past owner killed himself in the basement. So he has like, not ghost issues, because I guess they're on great terms for what he tells me. She doesn't bother them. He doesn't bother her.
just like having a kind of shitty roommate.
Yeah, she doesn't like women. So it takes a while for the ghost to get used to women there. My aunt had issues when she moved into her house.
I mean, we've
And like my oldest cousin was a baby, and like the doors were shutting and locking, and she couldn't get into the room to get to my cousin.
this is Jer Bears.
That the first one was.
Oh yeah.
And then my other aunt, when they first moved into their house, my uncle was working late because he works weird hours with his job, and she got home and like she was about to turn into the driveway, and then she happened to look. They have a big window out front, and there was just 4 people sitting in her living room, just standing there.
like when she's looking in
Yeah,
through
she
the
was
driveway.
like getting ready to pull into the driveway, and she just happened to look. And my little cousin was a baby, so she just said, I turned out of the driveway, and I just kept going. And she ended up coming to my house until my uncle got home. And like my grandmother would go there and bless the house and all this and that. There's just way too much creepy stuff that follows me around, and I don't like ghosts, and ghosts
Yeah.
know it, so they definitely bother me.
They just fuck with you.
They do. They have to. Like the neighbor's house. My sister was over there, and like, she opened up a closet, and she said it felt like something punched her in the stomach. Like I'm getting freaked out just talking about this.
All right,
Yeah,
it
it
would
looks
be
like
a
you
good
got
time
the
to move
goose-
on then, or something.
got
Yeah,
some goosebumps on his
that sounds like a great idea.
arm.
So we're gonna kick it over here for Tim's
Next.
Alrighty.
big fuss.
Well, that's enough of a little bit of tourist tips. How about we fire it over to Pierre for the Laporte report?
dun dun dun.
All right, so I'm not saying Thanos was right with what he did, but I get it. There's way too many people.
Getting a little genocidal on the
Well,
podcast. I like it.
no. Let's not
Genocide's a
let's not
harsh
dance with that
word.
topic.
Jesus.
But I mean, what a way to do it. No one gets hurt. They just disappear. A little dust.
Well, dust.
There's
I
too
don't
many
feel so
people.
well, Mr.
Way
Stark.
too many people. I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, to quote the great Dwight Schrute, we need another plague. I wouldn't go that route. I'd go the snap route. But just traffic, the line at the grocery store, too many people are at Stewart's. There's just too many.
Well, can I counter this a little bit?
Well, let's hear it.
The
Do you think there's not enough? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I
We all
want
need
to
to do
double
our
the
part.
population.
Double the. Wow.
Everyone has twins for the next 150 years. No. I watched a YouTube video. That's where I get all my information from.
And he's always right.
Straight facts.
Yep. And like someone was like, the last time the population was at half, it was like 1950. Like it wasn't that long ago that if we snapped the population in half today, we'd only go back 20 years or 30, 40, 50 years.
Okay, I'm
Or
glad
60,
you fixed
70,
that. I mean,
80,
20 years
100.
is almost 2,000, Tim. So let's try 70.
Ha 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 ha. It's a clapper, Pierre.
I don't
the
care.
light just behind us went off. Craig,
no
it's
one
okay
clapped.
that the dog's under the table. I can see you're freaking out over there. So if you hear a tail hit a mic stand, that's why.
But yeah, so Craig, do you have any sort of rebuttal or for against?
I didn't say I wasn't against it though.
I mean, I understand, but at the same time, it's kind of genocide, so that's
Yeah.
not good.
Craig, that argument was weak. That's weak sauce, and don't
Yeah.
enter that sauce in the county fair because that sauce was weak.
Yeah, it won't ribbon at all.
Yeah. So let's hear a good argument. Stop splitting hairs right down the middle. So
you know what?
can
Yeah,
work-
I agree with it.
There-
Yeah, snap.
There it is.
Great.
There
Awesome.
it
You know
is.
what? Double snap. Everyone's gone.
And if we're lucky, Craig is a part of the snap.
Hey,
No, because then I had to find another semi-host for the podcast.
Semi-host.
Okay. So
treating us like we're
if I may,
Second
since I know I talked about the Thanos thing, but I just thought about another really, really, really scary, spooky ghost story. If you would like me to share it with you quick.
Yeah, let's hear it.
well, time up here. You still owe us a feedback on Hornets versus Wasps versus Bees.
Oh,
So-
yeah, call back.
Around
Definitely left
12:03 p.m. on a Thursday, this past Thursday actually, I was going to the dump, the transfer station, right in Broad Alban. There I was, truck full of garbage and returnables and recyclables, and just doing my thing. Probably
your
going
part.
60 on a back road. Wouldn't recommend it. A honeybee, skips off of my mirror on the left side of my truck, straight into my goddamn throat. I freak out because it's on my shirt, squirming, gonna sting me. I realize I look up, I'm going 60 in the left lane with a truck coming straight for me.
So bees are
Bees are out to get me.
They heard the podcast.
Next.
Play a little game. All right, who's gonna kick us off today? Craig, you want to start us?
All right, yeah, I'll start you. Okay, this is a question for all three of yous sitting at the table.
All right.
We'll go.
We'll start with me to Tim to B and then back to Craig.
All right, fine. Okay, would you rather eat a human toenail or smack a beehive?
Smack a beehive.
Smack a beehive.
Definitely smack a beehive.
I mean, I'm already at war,
I
so I
mean,
might as well take the first move.
I mean, you are a warrior. You're fine. So definitely
right.
smack a beehive.
All right.
Wait,
Would
what
you
about Craig?
I'd probably go for the beehive.
Okay.
Would you rather lose a foot or a hand?
I would rather lose a hand.
B.
I'd rather use a hand. Look,
Craig? Hand. All right.
What about you?
Ooh.
look at Jamie Lannister. He has one hand. He's still a pretty good
I'll
swordsman.
lose my left hand.
Yeah. Use my
fine.
left hand.
No
Or,
more,
you
no
could
more
be-
switch hitting for Tim.
I
I mean, it
couldn't
could be-
switch it anyways.
I mean, you could. Yeah, you could be stranger than.
I'd probably lose a foot.
Stranger.
As long as I can lose it like halfway up my shin.
You go for the foot?
Yeah, I'd go for the foot.
Dude, you'd be walking with crutches or in a wheelchair.
Or
Yeah.
prosthetics. You know, there's this crazy
Yeah, that's
thing.
true. That's
My
true.
uncle
Oh.
doesn't have a leg.
Do you think that hurts to walk with a prosthetic?
They're probably used to it.
Probably.
All right, Tim, what you got?
All right. Would you guys rather go back in time and be rich? So you're like, it's the 1800s and we're rich, but it's still the fucking past, so there's no showers and stuff. Or would you rather go to the future and be completely flat broke?
Past and rich.
Past and rich?
I'd rather go future.
Okay,
Just
there's no
because.
toilet paper in the past, by the way.
Exactly.
There's always leaves.
There's always poison ivy. B, what do you think?
I have probably the future because it'd be kind of cool to be like there. Like I don't care if I'm flat broke. You probably get a job or something.
It's probably still nice to be broke in the future.
It's probably
Yeah.
yeah. You're probably somehow some way.
Craig, what'd you say?
Past.
Fast. I'll go future.
I was going to go future, too.
All right,
Yeah.
B, what you got
Future.
for us?
All right, this one's really like shitty.
That's fine.
It's all right. So kind of with Craig, would you rather eat toenails or fingernails? And they're like they're clipped, and they're like dirty and stuff.
Would I rather eat them?
No, would you rather eat
Well, I
toenails
mean,
or fingernails? Because-
surface area alone.
No, is this like a cereal where you can put some milk in it? You get a whole bowl.
Yeah, like,
So
like,
you're
like from Family
eating-
Guy. The
I
guy that-
regret saying that.
the Family Guy. The guy that
Fingernails.
collects toenails.
It's not just one.
Oh,
finger-
it's like a bowl. It's like a cereal bowl for like would you
Dude.
eat them for like a cereal bowl? You can
All
milk.
right, let's go.
Who does
Craig.
it come from? Is it
Craig.
like
Let's.
No,
Well,
fingernails are smaller. Go with the fingernails to go down the gullet easier.
does it matter who it comes from?
It
Because I'd
could
rather
just
take it from like a 90-pound
It's a
girl.
simple would you rather.
yeah,
Okay, but I'd rather
I'm
eat
not-
a
would you rather
90-pound
eat
girl's
anymore.
fine
It's
fingernails.
Thank you.
See,
I don't want
I'm
no
gonna
250-pound Bubba's toenails.
Oh God. I'm actually gonna go toenails because here's my logic.
Ooh, that's I got
Fingernails
touch everything.
can touch everything,
And,
And if your
uh,
finger goes through the paper, you're wiping with your nail, right, Tim?
you damn
I've
straight.
had that happen to me before. It's disgusting.
So
Biagio, what about you?
I see. I did this because I can never decide. I rather just do the toenails just to get it over with. I mean, I know sometimes feet has been in really shitty places. Most of the time it's just sweaty.
yeah,
Disgusting.
just sweat.
Most of the time
That's
you can,
electrolytes though.
you can play your odds. Like, all right, this person's just really sweaty toenails.
All right. My second one. You ready for this? Lick a gas station toilet,
Yuck.
like the seat,
Turlet.
Turlet.
or eat a June bug.
Oh,
Well, I work at a gas station, so I want 100% go on a bowl of June bugs.
June bugs all the way.
June bugs. I mean,
Been there, done that, got the June bug done.
yeah. I mean, you
I mean, it's not like you had to lick the gas station toilet. You chose to eat the June bug just
Yeah.
because you thought
Come
someone
on.
would be your friend. All right. Would you rather have sex with the band, everyone in the band of Motley Crue one time a year, or never have sex again in your life?
Oh, Jesus.
I would definitely fuck Motley Crue.
You're gonna
Once
get a
a
lot
year.
of stuff.
That's okay.
Oh
Fuck
my
it.
God.
I like getting my dick wet.
Jesus.
like,
Pussy.
so like, wait, I'm not gonna pull up here on this.
The fuck does that mean?
Expand on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Then, okay.
God forbid I think.
You just said sex, right? I can.
Doesn't matter what. You just got to do it.
Hand jobs are sex.
Could be hand stuff. Could be mouth stuff.
Could be
Butt stuff.
other stuff.
You could be the power bottom if you really wanted.
Jesus.
All right, I'm going never
Whoa, whoa,
having.
whoa, whoa! B didn't answer.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he didn't?
is
My
working
bad.
through. He's processing,
Oh,
my guy.
God. You know what? I'd probably go with Tim.
We're
go with
fucking.
Tim.
Yeah.
I'm
Together,
a,
bud. They go
no
with Tim.
offense to
I like-
Motley
I like
Crue,
it
but
too
I'm
much.
gonna pass on them.
Well, I
I
mean, it's not
never
like you
have
have it
sex
anyway.
again.
Yeah.
Craig, you
I'm
know-
going Motley Crue.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
you
sorry,
can't
I can't pass on it. Can't pass on it.
You know you can't touch. That's like part of sex, right? You can't touch yourself. You can't fuck. Like you can't fuck yourself, Craig.
Christ is watching.
Yeah, Christ is always.
All right, Tim, what you got? Your last one or second one?
Second one. Would you rather your mind be put into a gorilla's body or a bear's body?
Bear.
Bear.
I'd say gorilla.
100% a bear.
Bears are
100%.
fucking savages, man.
I know, but
100%
a gorilla's fucking strong as fuck. I don't
Yeah,
know.
have you ever
So
seen
is
a
a
grizzly
bear.
I-
And
I
bears
know-
have nail or claws,
I mean, I was thinking like,
and they can climb. Well, gorilla can climb a tree, but I mean,
Yeah, but
huh?
gorillas can learn sign language.
Yeah, but it's a fucking bear.
A bear
All right.
is pretty
All right,
badass.
well, which would you rather fight, a grizzly bear or a gorilla?
Okay, that
Because
yeah,
that's the answer to your question.
No, I said put
I
your
know.
mind into a body.
That was
Oh,
my.
but whichever one you choose. Is
what kind of
definitely
bear? I
tougher.
think that depends. It's
If
just
it's
a
a
would you
panda bear,
rather.
I'm out.
koala. Koala bear.
Gum nut.
Hey, you can't say that.
Come
That's not
Oh,
socially acceptable.
Sorry, Tim. Put that out.
Tim, cut that. B, what you got?
All right, another really crappy one. All right, you know the little. Okay, so would you rather eat a worm or a grub? You know the grubs that are like Japanese
worm.
beetles.
Worm.
Grub, baby.
What's wrong with you?
Like
Down the
What
gullet. I
happened
don't
to you
have
as a
disgusting.
child?
You don't have to chew, right? You don't have to chew.
You just have to eat it.
Okay, yeah. Grub. Smaller.
Grub.
Worm.
definitely the word. We'll go down this
What
slide
was
down.
Charlie's name in Always Sunny?
Dirt grub.
Dirk, exactly.
Way to
yeah,
go,
Dirk's
Dirk
disgusting.
Grub.
Craig, what you got?
Shout out, Joe. My last one. Would you rather have $1 million sports car or $1 million?
$1 million. That's
$1 million.
what?
Yeah,
What is-
$1
that's
million
easy,
dollars,
man.
100% $1 million.
Go drive a sports car around here. You're gonna hit a pothole,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna be winter.
I
Say
can always buy a
around here.
Miata. That's a sports car.
That's gonna be a winner, 100%.
I just sell it.
All right, I got a doozy for you. Would you rather wear boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Briefs.
Boxers.
Well, that settles that.
What did you?
Bong.
Oh, okay, that wasn't okay. I don't know. I guess we didn't collectively say let's do things about fingernails and toenails, but my next one is: would you rather lose a toenail every time you coughed, or lose your hearing for an hour after you sneeze?
Like,
Like you sneeze and all of a sudden
Easy
you're
there,
deaf for an
Satan.
hour.
Easy.
Or you cough.
Man,
Now what happens when
you
you
got
get
the flu?
sick?
You're screwed.
I'd rather just lose the toenails. Like, screw it.
Lose a toenail every time you cough.
I don't like. Not
But like,
hearing
imagine
stuff.
you're like you have a coughing fit. Next thing you know, you have no fucking toenails.
My uncle has no toenails.
Okay, and
Pierre's
His
no
feet look
eyebrows.
real
did
weird.
he lose it from?
I
Coughing?
have eyebrows. You just can't see them.
They
They go to another school.
Yeah, you lose it from coughing.
So I would say I would lose my hearing for an
I-
hour after sneezing.
Fuck it, I don't want to hear anyone's shit anyway. I'll lose my hearing.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll go back. I'm gonna take. I hear. Yeah, screw it.
Greg.
People don't have to.
Probably. Ooh, this is a good one.
On the fence.
I'd rather go right down the middle and not ruffle any feathers.
I'm gonna go with hearing.
Okay.
Stick your finger
B?
in my
All right,
butt.
I've actually got a decent one. This last one. All right. Would you rather lose the ability to speak or the ability to read? I mean, I can't.
I
read,
can't
so
fucking read
I
anyway.
can't read
Anyways.
anyway. So like,
Yeah,
You guys
reading.
heard podcast .5. I can't read.
Probably read.
Ability to speak like when all the time.
yeah, like
The
how
engine.
we are right now.
All right. Well, that was interesting. Let's maybe do this again sometime. You know, you and me, just listening to this sweet podcast. You know, we won't tell nobody. It'll be our little secret. But if you did like the podcast, feel free to check out the episodes where these came from. Check out our YouTube, our podcast page on iTunes, our podcast page on Spotify. We have an Instagram account. We have a Facebook account. I think that's it. All right. See you guys in the next one.
All right, guys. I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
This is not a
thinking,
normal intro to
what
an
the hell?
ADK Voice podcast.
This is not the
Usually
normal
you hear
start
the
to
music.
ADK Voice podcast.
Doesn't make sense.
We don't just go
where
right
we
into
live
talking.
because it's a
That's 'cause
desert-sounding music.
Today isn't a normal
you
ADK
know, Wild
Voice
West
podcast.
kind of thing. But
I'm
but
not
I
going
had
to tell you
to
that. Me recorded
post
something
recording
about a half hour
editing,
ago. I was going to tell you that.
is
I'm here to tell
post-editing.
you that the transitions
I had to
are
forewarn
kind
you
of rough.
that
You don't know what I'm talking
the
about yet,
transitions
but
to
when I
this
explain
podcast
it,
are a little rough.
then it'll make more sense.
They're a little rough.
But yeah, here's
tried
your
my
regular
best.
start to the ADK
Uh,
Voice podcast.
Ready?
I don't know. Enjoy.
Go.
They're real quick.